What's up, beautiful soul? I'm Liana Gardner, also known as Liana Empowers. I'm a transformational coach, speaker, and the creator of the Emancipation Frequency, a movement for freedom seekers, truth tellers, and spiritually activated badasses like you who are done being controlled by fear. Here, we don't just talk about healing, we talk liberation. The emancipation frequency is where you shift out of survival mode and into soul led clarity, sovereignty, and purpose, even in the chaos. So, if you're ready to break free from the systems that have kept you bound and create a life that turns you all the way on, you're in the right place. And this is the right time. So be sure to subscribe, tap the bell, and drop a comment to let me know what landed for you today. Let's rise together. I wanted to share something with you today about sovereignty. And I'm talking about true sovereignty because everyone talks about sovereignty like it's all love and light and all this beautiful unicorns and rainbows and waterfalls. But I'm telling you, the freedom that you think is freedom isn't really freedom because that's something that's external to yourself. The true freedom I'm talking about is the freedom that you internally grasp. It is that divine sovereignty, the freedom that exists within you to throw away all the old systems, the old conditionings, and everything that don't work for you anymore, that do not serve your highest good, and really begin to understand your purpose and why you are here. And that we come here, each and every one of us, as a soul to ascend, expand, and evolve. And that is a journey. It is a process because we have to release all the conditioning that we have adapted in our lives across a span of our entire life. So, real sovereignty hurts. And I mean, it hurts like a dog. I am going to share a story with you today about my own journey. And it's actually a raw and chaotic journey that breaks down the real you so that you can become the you that you were destined to be, the you that is not bound by any conditions, that you. And so, as I mentioned before, I'm a very spiritual person. And so it took me a while to have my own awakening um, across a good cross section of my life. But I had gotten to a place, I'll say about 6 years ago, where I was like, okay, divine, what else is there for me? I feel like I had stagnated a bit or kind of stalled my growth. And so I asked for someone in my life to feed me what I needed, feed me what my soul needed to grow and to expand from the place I was. And so, sure enough, as soon as I put that out there into the universe, here comes this most amazing person that I had ever met in my entire life. I had been used to being around people who I call myself a really deep person, but I was with people who weren't as deep as I was. And so it wasn't feeding my soul the way that I needed it on a spiritual level. And so when this beautiful person came into my life, oh my God, it was like all these fireworks went off. And it was the most beautiful thing that I've ever experienced because I met this person in one of the spiritual communities that I was involved in at the time, where I learned so many things, how spirituality equates to the monetary system, and all kinds of things that I'm going to share at a later date. But this individual was such a blessing in my life because I needed that at that time. I needed her flow. I needed the wisdom that she was sharing with me from her spiritual gifts. I needed everything that she came to offer. And at the time, I had just finished up writing my book, Grown Sexy Wisdom. And it was a beautiful, I was feeling myself because I was so into my confidence and comfortable in my own skin. And a lot of that is what that book is about, is coming into your own after putting other people first a good portion of your life. And so, and it was just I was in the right place at the right time. And this is what I broadcast into the universe and came back to me because I needed every bit of what she had to offer me. And so we developed this beautiful relationship, friendship, sisterhood that is something that's going to last forever in my heart. But at first, it was beautiful. It was all sunshine and rainbows, and I felt so good within my being because I not only felt good because I was in a place in my life where I was feeling very strong within my own skin, like I said, and I was really comfortable being me, who I am, in this world, and not afraid to express myself uniquely because that's what we're here for. And so there was a point in the journey where I felt like I was losing my identity. And at that point, that's nothing but sheer ego. And ego can be good or we can use it for bad. But when it is attached to everything that you have been, including being in survival mode a good portion of your life, that tries to protect you. And you hide beneath that and you cover things up and you wear all these different masks. So there was a point I had gotten to where I felt like my ego was being totally destroyed. I felt like I was losing my identity through the beautiful channeling that my wonderful friend was sharing with me. And I literally flipped the whole script because I was in a place where I started feeling like I was being attacked. And this is me because this is my journey and this is my perspective and my experience and the things that I've been through and the things that I recognize in other people that I took unto myself, and they became beliefs about the way people treat you and the way that you move through life, and all these things that I could blame on other people or excuses I could make for myself started becoming, I started really seeing those. And God Almighty, did it become uncomfortable. You talk about uncomfortable. You talk about stepping out of a comfort zone. And it's like literally I peeling your skin off, man. I mean, it is that deep. And if you're not ready for that journey, you got to be ready for it because everything about you that you know about you is going to become undone. It's just like a seed. A seed becomes completely undone. It goes through a whole process of becoming undone before it grows into that beautiful plant, that beautiful flower. And so that's the process I was going through. And so then it started feeling like instead of I was receiving this beautiful energy, these beautiful outpourings of the divine word into my life, it started feeling like it was grating against everything that was within me. And I didn't realize that it was me protecting my ego. I thought I knew these things before she came and poured them into my life in a different way to help up level me. But I took it in a completely different direction because it was the process that I had to go through to get to the other side, to get to my freedom. And so it literally caused us to clash many times where we've almost actually come to blows. And until until I started coming back to remember who I am, and actually being able to see this beautiful gift that I had been gifted to feed me what my soul needed exactly to become the greatest version of myself. And so until I could recognize that, everything was a clash. But after I recognized that, I stand in my truth, and and I recognize that we have different perspectives, and that the most beautiful part of it is allowing each other to have our perspective, but still being in alignment with receiving the word over my life that I truly needed to grow and to become who I am now. So this is grown sexy wisdom on steroids, because I have come to this much different place in my life. And it is a place of beauty. But I had to become totally undone to get there. So it's the internal work, man. I'm telling you, the internal work that you get to choose to do if you so desire, so that you can ascend. It's all part of the ascension process. Freedom, divine freedom, is going through the process and being okay with yourself. You're not broken and you don't need fixing. You just need to go through the process, be gentle with yourself, breathe, nurture yourself, and understand that the things that go on in your life and that you have believed for all these years may not necessarily be true for you. That may not be your truth. And God knows I'm so thankful for who I call my guardian angel that came to me because I called it in, and I asked divine to give me that so that I could become the emancipation frequency and I could evolve to that place, and I can serve you and help you step into your freedom. And that's what it's about, because the world is in such a chaotic state right now. We can choose to pay attention to that, or we can choose to go inside and pay attention to our growth journey, which is that process we need to go to and through to get to the other side, to get to that place where we get to ascend even farther beyond that. But the process is what allows you to be your biggest, baddest, bold ass self, the one that God desires you to be, so that you can serve in your gifts. That's what we're here for. We are here to do that thing that we were born to do because it serves the world. It serves humanity. It brings humanity up a notch. We have to be the change that we want to see in the world. And especially now, we have to recognize that unless we change from the inside out, how are we going to change the world? And so that's what I wanted to, the message I wanted to get across today is that true freedom is a total process of becoming undone. And, we may start blaming it on other people or situations or circumstances or whatever, but the true fight, the true one, is what goes on between you and yourself. Everything from within goes without, and we start projecting that blame onto others when it's actually the fight that goes on within ourselves. So I know that was a lot and it was deep, and we can go deeper, but I'm telling you, it is so worth it. The journey to you is so worth it. You will be in a place that is unrecognizable. You will be unrecognizable. Your friends will be going, well, who is that person? Because, they won't know who you are. And you'll be okay with that because you'll walk in your freedom, your unique self, your unique gifts, and not give a rat's ass about what anybody thinks about you, because the only relationship that matters is that between you and divine. And so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And that's what I want to help you with, is to get through that process. If we bring all those old belief systems and thoughts and habits and everything into, if we keep carrying them with us into what we desire our lives to be, how can we grow and change? How can we do anything different other than what we've been doing our entire lives? How can we be what it is we truly desire to be, or call in what we desire to have in our lives if we continue to sing the same story all the time? So that's what I wanted to share with you, because that is the most beautiful thing. It's been the most beautiful journey. I love my dear friend. She's still my guardian angel. So with that, I say thank you for stepping into the frequency with me today. And if you're ready to shift from fear to freedom, hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and dive deeper with me through my sessions and on this channel. And remember, you are more powerful than you know, and it's time to let your light shine. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay grown and sexy and free. Peace.